What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my Sweet 16 preview and picks. Before we get into it, subscribe down below to be entered in our giveaway. Starting with last Saturday's results, the second round, Michigan State was my upset, and they just didn't come through with me. I mean, I picked Gonzaga as well, but Gonzaga was favored in that one. But I think Michigan State played well, just couldn't hang with them towards the end, and obviously got blown out. Big surprise, NC State closing it out in OT. Texas giving Tennessee a nail biter. Creighton, Oregon game, great game. And then Illinois absolutely blowing the doors off Duquesne's. But I think you're going to see these Saturday picks or Sunday picks as well. And, 7-1 yet again, 35-17 for the tourney. I did think Grand Canyon was going to win that game. It was a super sloppy game, but Alabama pulled through. Obviously, all the other favorites won besides Clemson, and I picked Clemson to upset Baylor. I just thought the Tigers have a decent run going right now for them. And Baylor really couldn't figure it out in this last month. So we're going to move in the first game in the Sweet 16. Yes, I am taking Arizona after just hyping up Clemson a little bit. Arizona is a whole different team right now. Caleb Love is looking awesome and possibly leading this team to a Final Four. And, if you're a Michigan fan, you know how much this hurts because Juwan Howard had Caleb Love and Terrence Shannon, who I'm going to talk about later in this video, on his team. And then he had heart complications. His team kind of fell apart. So they went Michigan admissions, didn't let him in. So it kind of went a whole different way for Juwan and the boys, but I had to get that in there. But Clemson, like I said, is on a good run right now, getting to the Sweet 16. I don't think they were projected to go to the Sweet 16 in their bracket just because Baylor was a better team projected-wise, but here they are getting the chance at an Elite Eight run in a year that I don't think a lot of people saw Clemson making this much noise. Then if that game turns into an ugly one, you can turn in this one, which I think will turn into an ugly one in the second half. This is where UConn is going to assert their dominance. We saw what happened last year. Both these teams in the Final Four, obviously UConn winning it all. But San Diego State, I don't think they have that magical run in them. I think UConn can run the table here yet again. I mean, they're favored by 10.5 in a Sweet 16 game. I think that's saying something here about these Huskies and how good they actually are. 33-3 is no joke, but give San Diego State their flowers. Really, just after last year's performance in the Final Four, getting back to the Sweet 16 is hard to do, and I think it's great for them that this program is trending in the right way. Then after those games are over, Alabama, North Carolina. This one is a coin flip for me, but I'm going with North Carolina because I think the favorite is going to win this one. And I say that because Armando Bacot is just playing very well right now. And Alabama, if they play like they did against Grand Canyon, I don't think North Carolina lets them hang around. And North Carolina puts them away late. This is what we're going to go with. I'm going with the Tar Heels to move on to the Elite Eight. Last game of the night on Thursday, we got Illinois, I guess, at Iowa State in the East region. And this game, I think, is going to be the best game of the night. So you're going to want to stay up and watch this one. Illinois, Terrence Shannon Jr. is absolutely awesome right now. And the way he is playing some basketball, he has single-handedly led this Illinois team to a Sweet 16. And the previous years, we saw them fall early, but Terrence Shannon is putting this team on his back. Iowa State, too many guards to name, and they are really figuring it out. And I'm liking Iowa State here. The Cyclones move to the Elite Eight. They're just on a great run right now after winning the Big 12 tournament and what they did in that tournament, demolishing some teams and then getting to here. I think this one's going to be a close game, but give me the Cyclones. Friday, NC State, Marquette. A lot of people want to see NC State win here, but I think their luck runs out, and I'm going with the Golden Eagles. Shaka Smart has his boys playing well, and I say that because Marquette has just looked like a great team besides the times they don't play UConn. And when they don't play UConn, this team is very good. And when they play UConn, this team just seems to fall apart. So I think I'm going with the Golden Eagles here. I think they're going to get the win and move to the Elite Eight. This game is a coin flip for me the way Gonzaga is playing, but I am going with Purdue and Zach Edey. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, Zach Edey is going to dominate this Gonzaga team. I think Braden Smith is going to be a factor here in this one. If he and Fletcher Loyer can really shoot the ball well, it's going to be tough for Gonzaga to stop. And that's why I think Purdue is going to move on to the Elite Eight. Then I have an upset on Friday. I'm going with the Duke Blue Devils over the Houston Cougars. And I say this because Duke is playing some of the best basketball that they have played all year long. There always has to be at least one, I don't want to say shocking upset, but the one seed going down. And it's kind of improbable that all four of the one seeds are going to make it to the Elite Eight. And I think Duke is the best team to pull off an upset right now. So give me the Blue Devils. They're playing some great basketball, and McCain has looked awesome, and his draft stock is soaring. Then the last game on Friday night, I should say Friday night, you got Creighton and Tennessee. Both these teams I'm rooting for to win, but I like Tennessee here. The Volunteers, they can move the ball. Zakai Ziegler is going to be the key factor in this one. If he can play really well, then I think Tennessee is going to walk away with a W and move to the Elite Eight. But if Creighton gets there, it's pretty crazy that I think they're getting there just because they were high in the preseason, hit a lull. I think it was end of December, beginning of January, where they picked up a few losses and a lot of people started questioning them. But here they are in the Sweet 16 with the possible chance to an Elite Eight. That's going to be it for my Sweet 16 preview and picks. Come back later this weekend for my Elite Eight picks. But until next time, the Bench Buddies are out.